Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to NHL Draft Pros.
Shoots, he scores!
In this video, we're going to do a scouting report on one of the top prospects for the 2025 NHL Draft class, Carter Bear. And if you're a hockey fan, please hit that subscribe and like button and help me reach 14,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. And if you want to see some highlights on some of these other prospects, head over to NHL Draft Pros on YouTube or hit the icon below this video, and that will bring you to our homepage. All right, Carter Bear. He is a 6 foot, 179-pound left shot center or winger. So he has that versatility to play any position up front. All right, and in terms of draft rankings, NHL Central Scouting has him as the 10th best North American skater, McKeen's at 21, TSN Bob McKenzie 15, Elite Prospects 8, and the Hockey News also at number 15. And his points this season were 82 points in 56 games, 40 goals, 42 assists. So some good offense both in the goal department and assist department. All right, and as usual, we're going to check out his skating, his shooting, his passing, his puck control, his compete level, and what he needs to improve upon. Now, the first thing is his skating, and you're going to see that he has like an awkward kind of skating position. I guess he's kind of a little hunched over, right? You can see how he's bent forward a lot. But he does move pretty well. I mean, he's not a great skater, but he's not a terrible skater. And I think, mechanically he's a little bit off, and he's got a choppy stride. But because he has really good motor and high pace, he gets around the ice really well. But he doesn't have that like separation speed that you'll want to see sometimes in some players, right? And you can see here, this one here, he actually gets by pretty quick. So once he gets moving, he can move around pretty good. Now, he had an Achilles laceration, which had people worried that it would affect his skating, but it was confirmed that it wasn't serious, so it shouldn't be a problem. All right, shooting. Shot is good, not elite, but he can beat goalies mostly due to his ability to find those dangerous areas. He has a nice quick release. I wouldn't say that it is, really, really top notch, but look at that goal right there. Not too shabby, eh? And the thing is with Bear, he gets around the ice really well, and he's able to find those soft areas on the ice, and that helps him, get into good shooting lines, I guess you could say. Look at that one right there. 40 goals is really decent in 56 games. I mean, come on. You can't go wrong with that. And he was the 13th overall points per game in the WHL. So, some nice scoring touch for sure. Look at that one right there from way out. So, yeah, you know what? I mean, that's something that he could work on, I guess you could say. I think he could do a little bit better. And, shooting is one of those attributes that you can kind of develop and progress. So that's not bad. All right, passing. This is a part of his game that is really good. I mean, you know what? He's always looking for passes. He's more of a passer than a shooter, I guess you could say, even though, they were kind of equal in the department for goals and assists. But look at that little dish right there. No-look pass. Yeah, he's got some pretty decent playmaking abilities. He looks for options and doesn't hold on to the puck for high-risk plays. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's a nice component of his game. He has good vision and can make quick decisions with pressure. I mean, there are times, though, when he tries to stick handle through traffic, which we'll talk about later, things that he needs to improve upon. But the passing, I mean, come on, check out these clips. This one here's a really nice one I want to show. He lays it in right at the perfect spot for his teammate busting down. Watch this. You're going to see it on this angle right here. Like, look at that. Just a soft little touch. You love those soft little passes like that. Like, he could have made a quick pass, but he just dished it right in the right spot. All right, so this one here you're going to see he's going to walk in. He's looking for options. And then again, just a drop little pass right there for his teammate walking in, and they score. So, not too shabby. It's one thing that he does. He'll walk into the zone, and then he'll pass it off quick. Now, this is the puck handling, the puck control. He's not bad in that department too, but like I said, sometimes he's trying a little too much, trying to go through too many players. That's one of the things that he needs to improve upon. I'll show you that later on. Not flashy, I guess you could say that he doesn't have that flashy stick handling skills like some of the other players, but he does well in traffic. And so look at that one right there. Nice finish right there. And then this one here, you're going to see he's going to walk in, and then dishes it off. See that? That's what he does mostly. He's not going to try to beat D one-on-one. He's going to try to kind of get in and look for the pass. Like, that is a perfect play there. He could have tried to, deke around a couple more guys, but no, he decided to dish it off to his teammate. Same thing here. This is a finish against the goalie. So you see when he's in tight against goalies, not too bad. He can finish off pretty good there. So he's got some decent hands. He's more of a north-south type player, like not that flashy stick handling like I said earlier. And this one here, you're going to see same thing. Well, that kind of shows his skating, how he can't evade, that pressure. And then walks in here, and guess what he does? Passes it off. That's his bread and butter. All right, compete. Yep. This is one of the things that Carter Bear does so well. Watch this. Chases down this puck, lays the body, and then they're gone the other way. I love it. Same thing here. You're going to see him just hunt down the puck. So he dumps it into the corner, gets it himself. He's like, yeah, I'll take that. Thank you very much. And then dishes it out front, and they score. So the compete, yeah, that's one thing. His motor is nonstop. He just goes and goes and goes. This is the kind of player you want in the playoffs. You know what I mean? He welcomes contact. He's good in tight, strong along the wall in front of the net, high intensity, great pace during each shift. Yeah, he's a playoff type player for sure. Got some skill set, like I said, the passing, all that stuff. So watch this one right here, nice and tight there, right through the 5-hole. And then the hitting. Yep, Carter Bear, he finishes his checks. Check this out right here. Hunts this guy down and says, boom, welcome to the glass. And then here, same thing. He's going to, anticipate that play. And he's like, I'll go take care of this. Boom. All right, so a couple things that he needs to improve upon. The first thing, like I said, is his skating. Doesn't have that. Well, that one there is a giveaway. Sometimes, tries a little too much. And same thing here. You're going to see he's going to try to walk in. A little poke check. It's gone. Another one where he gets poke check. But the skating needs to improve that. Here, watch. He's going to, doesn't get that separation speed. Runs out of real estate here. Tries a little deke. Gets poke checked. And then last one here, same thing. The stick handling sometimes. Just decision making, should have maybe made a play a little bit earlier, and then he loses it. So, all right, Carter Bear, like I said, his strengths, compete, battles, just a motor buzzing around the ice all the time. His two-way play, he's really good at supporting his D, down low, neutral zone in the offense. He's a great two-way player, and the playmaking, sees the ice really well. I have to admit, he can dish it off with the best of them. What he needs to work on is skating. Like I said, he's got a little awkward mechanics, like I guess you could say, kind of hunched over skating plus the choppy skating. But I mean, that's something that you can improve on. The puck handling, tries a little too much in traffic sometimes. So he's got to, learn to simplify that sometimes. And then the decision making, sometimes under pressure, he tries too much. Like I said, that kind of goes along with the puck handling. But, I like him as a player. He's one of those players that is just, you want him on your team, right? Kind of middle six type player. The Achilles, they said, is good, so I don't know if that's going to affect his draft rankings, but I got him in the 10 to 20 range, mid-first, maybe 12, 13 to 20, 25 range. So that's where I got him placed come draft day. And that is it for Carter Bear. And like I said, can you please help the channel grow by hitting that subscribe and like button, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.